What is up? I am your Italian god, Ant.
What's up, everybody? It's Macho Man Dan. And
wow.
I'm not even gonna wait for your stupid intro because I don't need it because I'm just that damn good.
Yeah.
Ladies, you're both beautiful.
And what is that freaking strange voice that we hear coming from out of nowhere? Who is that?
This is Dan Enigma. I can't really say much right now. My throat is killing me.
Yes, he is an enigma for a reason, obviously.
Very.
But you are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, WWE Raw May 9th, 2022 recap. Raw was live in my home state of Connecticut, there in Hartford, which is like an hour away from me, so I didn't go. Plus, I had work. But anyways, the Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro come down to the ring, and Randy Orton talks about WrestleMania Backlash and says that they lost the battle at WrestleMania Backlash, but RK Bro will win the war. RK Bro basically say they want a unification match, but Roman Reigns doesn't believe in the Usos and knows that the Usos won't win. However, the Street Profits come out, and basically they say that the RK Bro should worry about the Profits because they will beat RK Bro, and the Street Profits will be the team to unify the titles. So the random that Street Profits are always being like thrown into the mix here. These people.
Even though they've had a million chances and failed.
They did have like a million chances.
And it's like they're gonna have another chance. And again, they fail this chance because RK Bro defended titles. They defeat Street Profits after Montez Ford jumps off the top and Riddle nails an RKO out of nowhere. Orton looks happy. So what did you guys think of this whole thing? I mean, there really wasn't any purpose to this. We kind of probably knew they were going to lose. But what did you guys think?
I'll let Dan go first.
I didn't really think too much of it because I knew the Street Profits were going to lose. I was like, all the opportunities they hadn't lost. And plus, I didn't really think there was a point for it.
Yeah, I agree. There's really no point at all.
I agree. I do want to say this, though. I am intrigued as to why they're putting RK Bro on TV so much.
Because they're fucking legit.
Well, that's kind of besides the point is what I'm saying. I think the reason they're doing it is they're trying to focus more on the tag titles now instead of focusing it and basing it all on Roman Reigns to give him... Thank you so kindly for interrupting me. As I was saying, I think the reason that they're doing this is because they're trying to pull the focus off of Roman Reigns now because he has the part-time contract. They're trying to put all the focus on the tag titles now, That way they can have something main event without having to rely on a world title, which honestly I think is a little stupid, but it's WWE, so at this point, what do you expect?
I heard that Reigns has a shorter schedule now.
Yeah, because he got a part-time contract.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you're kind of in the sense a good thought of that. Maybe they're trying to rely on other talent and other storylines, but it is. But I do also like RK Bro, though. I didn't think.
I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just saying that they're trying to keep the focus on probably the Usos, so they can still focus on the bloodline without having it to be all around Roman Reigns.
Okay. How about you, Enigma?
Yeah, same with Macho Man Dan. I'm playing.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I think that like RK Bro is a good team, and I do think that they're going to focus on other teams and other people to kind of steer the company forward. Well, speaking of steering things forward, which is really no point to this sort of segue at all, but Edge, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest come out. And Edge says, I started Judgment Day because I wanted to be sheep. I didn't want to be sheep like all of you. He basically trashes all the fans, and Edge says that he's bigger than the Hall of Fame. Judgment Day holds a mirror up to all of us to show us our ugliness. Damian Priest grabs a mic and basically says, Edge and I destroyed all of your favorites. We added an instrument of brutality in Rhea Ripley. Then Rhea says, I'm done signing autographs and seeing it on eBay the next day. She's tired of being used. And that's when Edge says that Damian Priest is the punishment and Rhea is the eradicator. And Edge says the movement is not done. He's basically looking for someone else, but then Liv Morgan interrupts that. What do you guys think of that segment?
I thought it was good. I definitely like how Edge has gotten nastier. I do like the Edge heel kind of character. And I like that it's different than his original heel character back from like 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know how I feel about Judgment Day yet. I have to really wait and see on how it's going to look. Because if you remember correctly, I wasn't exactly the biggest, or if I remember correctly, I wasn't the biggest fan of The Fiend when he first debuted. But then he became the biggest star. I loved him when he was in his top peak of his career as The Fiend. I love that. So I really got to wait to see on how I feel about Judgment Day, but that's just me.
Okay. And
in my opinion about that Judgment Day, I like the concept. I like everything about Judgment Day, but yet same thing. I still need to get what I think about Judgment Day completely together, because Edge, I don't really know about too much about Edge being a heel, especially with Roman Reigns at that word company is now. I think Edge should have still been a little bit in a singles career and try to get at least one more shot for Roman Reigns' title.
Yes,
sir.
I think he should have gotten a rematch at some point, because he didn't. He did lose, but a lot of people lose. They get rematches all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I agree totally.
Well, I mean, the reason he never got a rematch was because he was with Seth Rollins, and then wasn't he traded to Raw or something with the draft, and that's why he never got a rematch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, fucking Brock Lesnar, wasn't he on Raw? And they did a fucking winner take all match. I mean, they could have found a fucking way to do it. They just chose not to.
No, you're right.
I
definitely do. I do want to say this, though. I do see potential in Judgment Day, but it also reminds me of something. It gives me a reminder of, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember when Dave Bautista first debuted and he was a priest or whatever with Bubba Ray Dudley?
Yes.
That's kind of what this is giving me the vibe of. I don't know why, but that's just kind of what it's giving me the vibe of.
That's really weird. I don't think they're really going for that.
I don't think they're going for it either, but I don't know, the name and everything. It just, I don't know, it gives me that type of feeling.
The Eradicator.
I want Chinese food.
Yeah, I do too, because this is fucking whole entire situation with the Judgment Day and fucking. I'm glad. What do you think of them adding another person? Because it doesn't look like they're done. They're done though.
It does not look like they're done. You're completely right. So I don't know who the next member is, because Rhea Ripley was rumored to join for a while before she did. Damian Priest was kind of rumored, and then now there's no more rumored people to join Judgment Day. So now I guess the next
there's one more rumored person, but I forget who it is.
Who?
I forget who it is.
I told you, I was Tommaso Ciampa.
That'll be sick.
Right. Tommaso Ciampa, yeah, you said that.
What are you doing now?
So Judgment Day is upon us, y'all. And
Judgment upon us.
Liv Morgan knows this because she takes on Rhea Ripley, and it was a decent match, but Rhea ends up applying. I don't know. She doesn't. Does she call that the Riptide, or is it another move Riptide? I don't know. It's like her submission move.
I don't know. I don't know what the submission's called, but I do know her the other thing is called the Riptide.
Okay, good. So it's not the
Riptide. Bionic stretch.
Yeah, the freaking weird stretch. What was it that you said it's called?
I don't know what the submission's called, but I do know that her other finisher, the one where she takes them and slams them on the ground, that's called the Riptide.
Yes, late champion. I heard you, sir. I was talking to Mr. Enigma.
Oh.
I think it's called like the Bionic Stretch or some shit. I have no idea.
The Bionic Stretch.
I don't know what it is.
All right, by Rhea Ripley. After the match, Rhea keeps the Bionic Stretch applied. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. And Edge yells at her and gets in Liv's face. And we then have our next match. Well, I guess we could. What did you guys think of this match?
It was just filler.
Yeah.
Which sucks because they're good talent.
Yeah.
I do, and I do really enjoy Judgment Day too. I don't understand why they're just wasting time. And they could
feel
be
Judgment Day could be doing so much more than what they're doing.
I
feel the same way. When you stop drawing.
I feel like I'm looking like a British flag. Speaking of well, not British, but like sort of the United Kingdom, Finn Balor, who is from Ireland, he's taking on Damian Priest, who obviously has Judgment Day by his side. Oh, the champion, you answered too, right?
Yeah, I answered.
You just thought it was a waste of time. We all just said that. Okay, good. I just want to make sure that I wasn't like skipping over.
I said it was filler, but it was just kind of like a waste of talent.
Well, yeah. So speaking of yeah. Finn Balor defeats Damian Priest by disqualification after Edge gets in the ring and spears Finn Balor. After the match, AJ Styles runs down and tries to make the save, but Judgment Day is too strong for AJ, and Priest and Edge nail a total elimination to AJ Styles, and they leave him laying. Why is AJ Styles still getting involved?
I don't know.
Because he wants to kick ass.
It's like every time he gets involved, though, he loses. Are we going to see another pay-per-view of rematches?
Maybe. I hope not, though.
Like every person that we've seen on this episode of Raw so far are going after people who they've already gone after. But what did you guys think of all of this?
I think it was okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of, don't get me wrong, Edge and AJ can definitely put on a good match, but I don't know. I don't really want to see this kind of continue.
Wrestled twice. And
like,
Edge.
Some people can make a good match. 3 times in a row, they can make a good match. Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, for example. But, I mean, sometimes you got that chemistry to make 3 matches good. Some don't. And I don't think they do.
Okay.
They should have just kept it strictly as like a dream match, a once in a lifetime thing. Not like fucking John Cena and The Rock twice in a
Shinsuke and AJ Styles had a dream match, but then
that's completely thanks to WWE. I mean, fuck. They could have done so much better with that feud, but we're not going to get into that.
We in one stream or one podcast is like talking about what the fuck they could have done better.
There's a lot of things WWE do to made a lot of things better, but they just didn't do it. It's WWE.
100%. So can I just say something that I just read, and we'll save this for, because this is sort of like an AEW sort of topic, which we'll cover soon. I just read that Ric Flair is preparing for an in-ring return. And it looks like he is and that it might be Ric Flair in the FTR versus, I guess, like the Rock and Roll Express and somebody, which is really corny if that's the case. But we'll talk about that on AEW. But I just scrolled and saw that. But all right, moving on. Just random thought. That's strange. Ric Flair.
One question.
Yeah.
Where was Pat McAfee at Backlash?
I thought he was there.
No, he was there for like a certain amount of matches, but
because WrestleMania Backlash only had like 2 SmackDown matches.
Yeah.
They had the women's title match, and then they had the main event. I think they did.
Yeah, true.
I didn't see him at all.
Poor Pat. I like Pat McAfee. But moving on, we have the VIP lounge, which is next, and MVP has Omos, and he pretty much brags about Omos's win at Backlash. Cedric Alexander comes out and says, "We did it," and basically, wants to help out Omos. And then that's when Bobby Lashley runs down and he fights with Omos. MVP and Omos retreat as Lashley takes out Cedric Alexander and applies the Hurt Lock. Why are we seeing this regurgitated storyline with Cedric Alexander? Wow.
Just go back to 205 Live, Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, they don't really use him as much anymore. And now that they are putting random storylines, I think he's going to be working with Omos. He'll probably team with him or something.
No.
That'd be interesting. I don't think so, though.
No.
And it really is a shame, though. I do want to point this out yet again. It's a shame because WWE could do so much with Cedric. They could do so many things with him. But they choose to just use him at random, pointless moments that we don't need.
Neglect them.
Yeah. They do. They just do whatever they want. And, I mean, this whole entire thing, again, another storyline being developed from another match that just another rematch. It's like, can we get new storylines? I don't understand.
This has been WWE for the past, year?
Yeah. Next, something new does happen, though. Sonya Deville has to she's pretty much fired from her duties as a official, and she's competing in her first match, not as an official. And it's the returning Alexa Bliss who comes out looking great. She has her old music. She still does have Lily, which is weird.
This is her return match. Wasn't she in the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, but return from Elimination Chamber. I mean, that was in February.
That was her only match. Then she disappeared again. I just want to point that out.
Yeah. Yep. She has Lily again. Bliss gets the win after a twisted Bliss, and then she walks off, and Sonya's pissed. But what did you guys?
I also want
Bliss.
To say this. She was coming out with instead of her ominous theme music, she came out with her twisted
her actual
theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Lily, which is confusing me.
No, I know they're making her have a split character or gimmick.
I think that's stupid. Why would you have her have a split gimmick? Why?
But they're making her have a split gimmick, a little bit of her haunted or twisted side plus her goddess side. Because if you look closely on her attire, it was her goddess theme
no, I understand why. I understand that they're doing that. I'm just saying, I'm confused as to why they're doing that.
I don't know.
What exactly is going to be the payoff?
Trying to make it since she was out of twisted side for so long. They're trying to make it go back to the goddess Alexa Bliss, but slowly converting back to that point.
If it was 2 years ago, when it all started, or a year ago, I probably would have been more into that. But it's been 2 years. There's been no payoff.
Also, I find it funny. Fiend's almost been fired for a whole damn year, and they still haven't been able to get Alexa Bliss back into our regular character or anything. They haven't really given her anything different.
But I do like this better than what she was doing before, though. So I'm okay with this.
Doing before that you like better. Because I forgot it.
Just the whole stupid her coming out with a doll and being the Bliss character, I like the other element to it. I like that if she is going to be, it's going to be a split personality rather than just her being possessed by a doll all the time.
I guess, but I guess, I don't know. I like the idea, but they just needed to get rid of the whole doll situation.
I agree. I do agree.
I just need to get rid of the whole doll situation in general and just bring back her goddess character. That was her best time ever in her career, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, they're like I said, they're slowly trying to convert back to the goddess. That's why they're doing this.
I don't understand why they've had so many characters just suddenly be another character the next day.
Well, speaking of that, that's a good segue. Kevin Owens comes out dressed as Ken Owens, his brother, and basically, pretty much makes fun of Ezekiel. Ezekiel comes out, and the two starts a fight. Alpha Academy then attack Ezekiel from behind, and Kevin Owens nails a stunner. That's pretty much all that happened with that
Not
segment.
everyone.
What was that?
I'm just saying it's not Elias, it's Ezekiel.
Yeah, it's definitely Ezekiel. It's not Elias. What did you guys think of this whole thing? There really wasn't much here. It's just Kevin Owens dominating.
I'm getting sick and tired of this whole fucking thing. That's what I am.
Okay.
I want this whole don't get me wrong, Kevin Owens. I'm sure they can put on something better than this, and that's what I want. I want something better than whatever the fuck this shit is. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't. I want something better. I know they can put on something so much better, but no, they have to go with this comedy bullshit.
Yep, it is. It's for comedy. How about you, Enigma? What do you think?
I think that I find it hilarious because we all know it's fucking Elias. They just cut his beard and shit. But then they're just doing it as a comedy act, but like it's just now at this point, it's just like it's getting annoying.
Yeah, it is. Okay, speaking of annoying, Asuka and Becky Lynch are arguing backstage, and Becky thinks it's ridiculous, and I agree too. Basically, what they tell Becky is that the only way for you to get a title shot is for you to beat Bianca Belair, and she's like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, why do I need to beat the champion to get a title shot? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And basically, Asuka yells at Becky in Japanese and says, "You're the mom, but you're acting like a baby." And then Becky walks off pissed. We then get Veer Mahan defeating Frank Lehman after a cervical clutch. Again, he's just destroying his opponent. I mean, we can talk if you want, but really nothing much here with that. It's just Veer Mahan again destroying.
I think, honestly, it's destroying his character. I'm going to be honest with you. He only debuted a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And all he's doing is facing jobbers. That's all he's doing. And honestly, that's it, just in my opinion, that's destroying his character. Once he gets a win over somebody like legitimate, like say, I don't know, somebody like Dolph Ziggler will say, if he can get a win against somebody like that, a former world champion, that I feel would put him over so much more than him going against somebody we've never heard of.
Yeah. I do agree. I do think they always do this, so they try to build up people by having them destroy, which I think isn't always the smartest thing to do. But yeah, it's not really doing it.
The way they built up Braun Strowman, having defeat people in handicap matches, like actual people, like people we know of, people we heard of, people that can actually afford a loss, not people we never heard of.
I totally agree. It's just his way of showing his dominance. Enigma, I don't really know if you have anything to say about this, just a squash match, but if you do, you can. If not, we're going to move on to the WWE United States title match. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defeats the WWE United States Champion Theory by disqualification after Seth Freakin Rollins attacks Cody Rhodes from behind. He sends Cody into the announce table and he nails a blackout on the announce table. So again, we're seeing another storyline continuing, another rematch. But all these matches, by the way, are at this point at least three pay-per-views if they continue to do that. A lot of these rivalries started at Mania, and Backlash just ended. We're going into the month of June, and they're gonna still have these storylines going. What do you guys think?
I think it's stupid that they just keep having rematches. They're just feeding us crap that we don't want, that we don't need.
Yeah, because we've already gotten 2 good matches out of them,
Yep.
What do you think, Enigma? That is why his name is Enigma. We'll keep going. He'll jump on in. I think he might be having technical difficulties, but it's okay. We'll jump in when he can. Moving on, we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Boss and Glow. They're taking on and they defeat the team of Nikki, ASH, and Doudrop after they nail a wrench due to Nikki. and Doudrop yells at Nikki
All right,
after
I'm
the
back.
match. You're okay anyway. You're fine. We're just talking about the Boston Glow versus Nikki Ash and Doudrop. And
I'm back.
yeah, you came back at a good time. So what do you guys think of this one? I mean, Boston Glow have been the tag champions. It's weird that they just did a segment with Doudrop and Nikki Ash last week where they were pumping them up and they already lose. But what do you guys think?
When did Doudrop and Nikki Ash become a tag team?
Last week.
I have no.
She went, Doudrop confronted Nikki Ash and she's like, "Are you ready to get serious?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then they smiled at each other.
Stupid.
Yeah.
What crap.
I love that.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah. It really is. I agree. I think that's really, I mean, have them at least win or have them do something. I don't know. This is another one where there's really not much to say, but go ahead.
I don't have anything to say about it. I think it's just stupid.
I call it ass.
You'd say it was ass. I mean, yeah, really, there wasn't really anything good from this. Next, we have Tommaso Ciampa taking on Mustafa Ali. But The Miz is the guest referee for this match, and Ciampa gets the win after an inverted DDT, and The Miz counts really fast for Ciampa to get the win. So it looks like The Miz and Mustafa Ali are actually going to have a little rivalry brewing here. They've been, going at it for a couple of weeks arguing. But what do you think of this?
I'm kind of confused on it a little bit. I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah. I think, I get why they're going to have Mustafa doesn't really deserve a title shot yet because he's just coming back. And The Miz is a great person to work with. But I don't really get why The Miz doesn't like Ali.
I mean, they just kind of put Ali in a feud. That's all they really did. And
yeah.
This feud isn't anything like special.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just honestly at this point, The Miz has lost so many times. He's kind of losing his credit.
Yes.
And I hate that because I love The Miz. I always did. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. When was The Miz's last win at WrestleMania with Logan Paul?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he didn't even.
Yeah.
When's the last time The Miz won a match with a pinfall victory of his own? Like, when did he pin somebody?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
I think The Miz does need a victory, but I do think the problem is he's probably not going to get one because he's taking on Ali, who looks like they want to push. So I think this is dangerous to have them both fight because both of them need a win. But yeah. I don't know.
I feel like The Miz was honestly relevant. Like, honestly, last time he was relevant in my eyes was like when he was Intercontinental Champion.
Yes.
How many years ago?
I can't even remember.
Was it like 2018 that he was Intercontinental Champion?
I think something like that.
No, last time I feel like he was really relevant with the Intercontinental title was like maybe 2016. I'll even go that far back.
Dang.
Like, he had that whole, like, I'm the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. Like, he would put, like, the stickers on it and everything, like, the Miz stickers on it. Say, like, I'm the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. I make this title relevant, shit like that. Bro, I miss that Miz. What happened to the mean streak he had?
I have no idea.
I don't know. They've been bringing on random people. Well, we then get Bobby Lashley backstage and he challenges Omos to a steel cage match next week on Raw. And then we go to our main event, Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair defeating Asuka by disqualification after Becky Lynch attacks both women, but she attacks Bianca first, and she leaves them laying with a manhandle slam. So her husband interrupts the match earlier. She interrupts the match later. What do you guys think of? I mean, Becky Lynch is my favorite, so I'm glad to see her anytime. And she does deserve to be in the title picture. I think she lost the title and they just fucking she's right. When she was champion, she defended it at every pay-per-view. So what the fuck is going on? So I do think Becky Lynch still deserves the chance to fight for the title. But what do you guys think?
I think she does deserve to fight for the title and everything. But the fact that they're putting her in a feud with Asuka, the fact that they're also trying to do something with Bianca, it's getting to a point where it's like, what are they actually trying to do with her? And if they're going to do anything with her, in my opinion, they should have her continue to feud with Bianca. I mean, don't turn this whole thing into like a Kofi Kingston Brock Lesnar situation. Put the champion in a feud with somebody else and then have like Becky completely forget about her title opportunity that she deserves back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the problem with Bianca is they never book her strong. Like, it's like Becky's right. She's been in every pay-per-view. Backlash just came and went, and Bianca wasn't even on it.
Well, I beg to differ with you on that. Don't build her strong. Like, they had her with the chamber. They had her. She's done a lot. I beg to differ that they don't build her strong.
Who?
Bianca.
Who has Bianca really beat? Bayley?
I mean, she won a Royal Rumble. She won a Elimination Chamber. I mean, what else does she really need to do to prove to be like strong?
No, what I'm saying is
Becky on her own. I mean, really, you're gonna really sit there and say that she's not? Don't get me wrong. I don't like her. I didn't want her to be built like that, but she is.
Yeah, but compared to Becky, she's not. Dude, Becky Lynch was the fucking man and fucking revolutionized the fact that.
And I agree with you, and I do.
Bianca Belair has a little bit more to go to get to that level.
WWE sees her as the heel, and they see her as like, you know what I mean? They see her as
but what I'm saying is,
face win.
I hear you. I'm just saying that I honestly think that Bianca Belair shouldn't even won the title because my thought is, what the fuck have you done? You lost the title quick to Becky. You were thrown out of the title picture. You're thrown into WrestleMania. I think it's a whole entire political agenda type situation.
Because they booked her so bad with the fact, like, everybody was so pissed, if you remember. Everybody was so mad that she lost so quickly that they had to put her in the title picture again just to make people happy. I don't think it made anybody happy. It didn't make me happy.
It made me happy.
I don't know.
I think even if it's not Becky, whether or not Becky is the one to be a champion, I don't think that Bianca should be the champion. She's boring. She's been champion.
She should be a babyface champion. If she was a heel champion, she could be so much better.
She's been champion for over a month now, and what has she done?
Nothing.
I haven't seen her on my TV screen. I agree. I do partly agree with the fact that she's not built strong, as you would say, but I do think that they built her very strong in the past.
I guess I'm messing my words. I don't mean built strong. What I mean is, like, if they really they don't take her seriously. A serious champion defends their title every pay-per-view. Becky defended her title every pay-per-view so far. Though every pay-per-view that she had that title, she was on. Bianca misses pay-per-view.
She defended on every pay-per-view, but
I think that Bianca needs just like a face turn and then make her heel, and then people will start like respecting her as a champion.
What do you mean a face turn? She's already a babyface.
Like I mean like turn her heel.
Oh, you mean a heel turn?
Yeah, heel turn.
You're saying that you think that they need to have Bianca? Yeah, I do agree too, because when she was a heel, she was good. She was different.
Like at least give like the women's title that she has like a little bit of freaking.
I don't know. A heel in NXT?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I never cared for Bianca, but I mean, maybe I'd like her better as a heel.
Well, a good reason why I think it doesn't make sense that she's not a heel, and this is an example of Carlos, our former co-host. You know, when she would use her ponytail to win, he would say, like, that's a heel tactic. Like, why is a baby face doing that? And I guess that's kind of true. And, you know, my defense would say, well, you know, heel cheat to win too. But it is kind of a true statement in the sense that, like, a baby face shouldn't need, you know, to use her ponytail or whatever. You know, I don't know. It's weird.
Me too.
But that was really it for Raw this week. There really wasn't much after that. We know that next week is going to be a steel cage match, Bobby Lashley versus Omos. And I don't know. What's your guys' favorite moment of the night? What do you guys think was good?
To be honest, I didn't think anything was really good from Raw, but
I kind of completely agree. There's nothing really that too good.
Well,
I guess if I had to pick something, I guess the Seth Rollins thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm a simp for Becky, so I'm gonna say Becky.
Of course, you are a simp for Becky.
I am. I ain't gonna lie.
Becky Lynch, don't get me wrong. Always did love Becky Lynch, but I mean, I don't know. I don't like Bianca at all, so I do like it, but I just hate that they're having her. I guess I don't like the idea of her going against Asuka before her getting her rematch for the title. I guess that's what's really annoying me.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Becky needs to be champion. What I'm saying is that if you're going to do it right, if you're going to have WrestleMania Backlash, why aren't you going to put the two of them together? If that's what they've done with every other fucking match.
I mean, like, if in my opinion, the worst moment of Raw was like when they were having the thing where it's like Becky's like, oh, why do I have to beat Bianca to become number one contender? I agree. That was completely fucking stupid.
But it's true. She was true. She's like, that makes no sense. Let me beat the champion before I get a title shot. Like, that makes no sense.
We've had a lot of people fucking face somebody and then face the champion. Somebody who wasn't even the champion. Yeah. We've also who fought the champion and never even got a contenders match.
Yeah. I don't know. It just shows you, and I'm not saying that I don't like Bianca. I'm just saying I don't think the company believes in her as much.
That's me who's saying it. I don't like her.
I'm the one that doesn't like her. All right, guys. Well, that was it for Monday Night Raw. We have a good show hopefully next week with the steel cage match. I'm really looking forward to it, but we'll see. SmackDown, we'll do a recap for that. We have AEW Dynamite coming up soon, and also Double or Nothing's coming up soon. We'll be recapping that as well. So stay safe, and we will talk to y'all soon. Bye.